Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Oh, happy Friday the 13th. Yesterday, I talked about how it seemed like my euphoria ended. I've been in a kind of a unexplained euphoria these last couple of months. What had happened was I had a few pieces of bad news. First, my ex girlfriend got married. And second, I had started what I thought would be an ideal dream job. It still is pretty good by any standard. But my first day of work, something happened that reminded me that I'm not in 100% control of the situation. And it upset me because I was trying to finally find myself out there. And something happened that really goes to show that my situation wasn't 100%, and B, I'm not out here in control of the workplace environment either. What had happened was that my first day onboarding with the HR person, he was eating really loudly, and it reminded me of two things. First of all, I can't control the office environment. That's obvious, right? Second, I'm not powerful enough to just walk away from that job, right? If that were a hobby instead, imagine I had gone to a favorite restaurant and the noise there bothered me. I could walk out of there, right? If I had gone to visit, if I had gone on a first date and I heard noises I didn't like, I could walk away from that too, right? I wasn't powerful enough to walk away from a job over something. And that really hurt me, more so than the fact that I can't control the workplace environment. I want to be powerful enough to just walk when that happens. Oh my God, your eating really bothers me. Goodbye. I want to be powerful enough to do that one day. I really do. I'm not quite there yet. And that really upset me. That not just because I have to hear the noises that one time, but because I'm a slave to noises like that, right? The dynamic of that really bothered me more than anything else. More so, the colleague didn't bother me. The situation bothered me a little bit. The fact that I have to put up for it that day bothered me a little bit. But the fact that I'm a slave to having to do that again and again and again into the foreseeable future, that was the main bother. Let's get that clear. And it's one of those things. Both of these situations remind me that a lot of times I only want things because I can't have them, right? So, for example, if I could have that girl, I guarantee I wouldn't be thinking about her nearly as much as I do right now. And that job situation, someday when I'm powerful enough to walk away from a job like that, it's hard to say if I would actually do it. I think it's one of those things I would rather have than to use. It's kind of like having a nuclear weapon, right? And so the fact that I didn't have it bothered me more so than the fact that I didn't use it. Let's put it that way. After all, there have been times where I was fully capable of walking away and I didn't, right? I'm trying to think. After all, I work 3 jobs in a gig right now. I technically could walk away from any one of them, and I haven't, right? So it's one of those things where I'd rather have than to use, right? Feel free to leave a comment if there's something in your life that you'd like to have but not use, right? It's kind of like an insurance policy almost, right? Nobody wants to make use of their insurance, but they like to have it, right? It kind of feels like that. Now, there's something else there are 2 other things I want to mention that I like, but probably only because I can't have them. So I'm really frustrated that we have so many national holidays here in the United States. Now, why am I frustrated about that? Because oftentimes the holiday would come and I'm not really in a mood for a break, but I'm forced to take one, right? So this Labor Day wasn't so bad, but you can imagine especially those longer ones, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's like, I don't need so many days off in a row. I need a day off when I need a day off, right? And I was looking at other countries around the world. France doesn't have national holidays, but they have a lot of vacation days. I think they have it the right way. People need a day off when they need a day off. They don't need like 10 days off in a row. And it's really a very unhealthy attitude. It kind of feels like the rest of the year, imagine you starve yourself for most of the year. And then once in a while, you get to go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, right? The Thanksgivings, the Christmas. I teach at a community college. The weeks that we get in between the semester feel like an all-you-can-eat buffet when the rest of the time you're starving, right? That's the best I could describe it as. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for our eating habits, and it's equally unhealthy for our work habits. I'm not joking when I say that. Now, there are days that are near and dear to me that I almost never get to take off unless they happen to be on a weekend. I really love Polish Idol Season 1 second place winner Evelina Felinda. In fact, this week I might make a serious move on her. And her birthday is October 24th. I would so much love to have a day off on her, especially now that I live in Phoenix. That's also around the time when the weather starts to get good to go out, right? And unfortunately, this year, I don't think it falls on a weekend. Let me check. It falls on a Thursday this year, one of my busiest days of the week, actually. That's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And again, if all of a sudden we made her birthday some kind of a national, it would be more like an international holiday, though. I don't think I would. I'd probably complain about having her birthday off when I didn't want it, right? More importantly, I want to call the shots on when I want to take a day off, right? I don't want somebody else deciding. Who do you think can decide who needs a day off better, the federal government, or do you think employees and their employers can negotiate better, right? Yeah, just think about that thought, right? Now, hopefully this year, I'll once again travel to either Poland or Taiwan again. There is one thing that I'm waiting on, though, and I'll definitely travel once this happens. So since 9/11, so over 23 years now, we haven't been allowed to bring liquids onto the airplane, and the TSA has been working on a solution for that. I think they're rolling out some kind of a new X-ray machine. It might be an XRF gun of some sort, so they could tell what liquids you're bringing on board, right? That you're really bringing a soda or a beer, whatever it is, right? They could test it, right? And so I've been waiting for that. And why am I waiting for that? Like, is it because I want to blow up a plane, or do I have medications that I want to bring? No, I want to bring a non-alcoholic beer on board because I've been drinking non-alcoholic beer since I was 16 years old. I quit drinking soda when I was 16, and I switched over to non-alcoholic beer. And a lot of my friends made fun of me. They thought it was worse than the soda. Well, it's been 17 years since and we can, well, no, it's been, it's 2003. It's been 21 years since I quit drinking the soda and switched to beer instead. We can compare notes now, right? And the thing is that I have a lot of good memories of places that I've drank the beer, but I've never drank it up in the sky. And that bugs the hell out of me for some reason, because I can remember drinking it on various dates, on various events, for various holidays, and on various occasions. I was going to college, and I would drink it in the classroom and act like I was drunk. When I first learned how to drive, I especially loved drinking it behind the wheel, because then I would wave it out the window and show people that I'm drinking and driving. It was a funny joke. My dad was so upset about that. But I have no memories of myself drinking it on an airplane. And that really bothers me for no good reason. I almost thought about getting really small 3-ounce containers just to put beer inside, and then bring a bottle so I can refill the bottle when I get onto the airplane. I almost thought about doing that just so I can make a memory of myself drinking on a plane. I don't know why I need to do it, except for the fact that I can't do it right now. And I'm waiting for them to lift the ban. As soon as they lift the ban, I'm throwing a party. I got friends that I want to visit back in Seattle anyway. I'm going to bring a 6-pack of, actually a 24-pack of beer. And I'm just going to go crazy when I get on the airplane. Only because I couldn't have it, right? Although once they lift the ban, and I do that a couple of times, I guarantee it will be a non-event. I might still drink it, but it won't be that big an event anymore, right? I might even forget to bring the beer I forget to bring stuff to vacations all the time, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.